What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the NG Models May 2023 releases. The releases came out on Monday, May 8th, and thankfully we do have a bit of a smaller set this month. We have only 5 737s, 2 777s, 1 A320, 2 A321s, 3 A330s, 1 A350, and 1 TriStar to take a look at. I believe we may have some 1 to 200 releases as well. I think I saw a few pictures circulating that there are some 1 to 200 hints as well. I think there's probably about 3 or 4 of them, but we'll take a look here at the May releases and see what we have. But if we go back to the April releases, a lot of stuff is delayed. I'm not going to go through the whole list because there's so many of them, but just know that I would say all but maybe about a dozen out of the 30-plus models that they did for April are being delayed. So this smaller release set will give NG an opportunity to catch up. First release on deck, we have a Chrono Aviation Cargo 737-800 freighter. So an all-white plane there with just the billboard titles on the fuselage. So first 738 freighter for that particular operator, which is kind of interesting. We've got a Copa Airlines 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery up next. Very nice to see some Alliance liveries again. And then we have another Star Alliance aircraft. This one is for Air China. So this one with just the blended winglets, and you do see the little Air China logo there on the winglet. Kind of nice to see that. And the little Air China logo on the tail. Never seen an airline do that, where they put their logo on the tail with the Star Alliance logo. And yet another Star Alliance livery after that. I believe this one is, actually, no, this is another Air China, I believe. So there are 2 Air Chinas, but each of them have different registrations. The first one was Bravo 5425, and this one is 5497. We have a Ryanair 737-800 with winglets. Very nice to see that. That'll satisfy a lot of European collectors. Would anticipate that that's going to be popular over there. Bit of an interesting release here. A British Airways 777-300ER in the Landor livery. Now, this is not an actual retro. This is just a fantasy aircraft. I don't know why NG did this. This is going to be quite interesting. It's kind of similar to what they did with the EasyJet A350, so I wonder if they're just testing the waters here with this particular mold so that if there are any issues, it happens on this model and not something that's more desired. We have a Garuda Indonesia 777-300ER in the SkyTeam livery, so a lot of Airline Alliance liveries in this release, as we've already had 3 Star Alliance and now the SkyTeam. A Jetstar A320 with Sharklets is up next. This one has the IAE engines. I believe that's all they have in their fleet with the engine type, but nice to see that again for Australian collectors if you're looking for more Jetstar variety. We've got an Air Transat A321neo with a bit of a special livery there on the tail. This is the Pride livery, as indicated there by the Transat logo being the sort of like rainbow color, as that's to signify all the pride and all that. Bit of an interesting release here, a Spirit A321neo, registered November 702 November Kilo. Now, I believe their first one is still at the Airbus factory in France. I don't think it's gotten the American registration yet, so I don't know how NG is able to get their hands on like what the registration of this will be. Just doing a quick check here on Google, and it does look like that, yes, we do have a registration on here. So yeah, there we go. So that is the information that we need. But so a lot of the photos I'm seeing still show the Airbus test registration, but I'm guessing already that information has obviously circulated quite a bit. But that's my first time seeing the Spirit A321neo registration. Kind of wish it was a Frontier A321 because I requested that about 2.5 years ago. NG has not yet fulfilled on that. And I know and I know there's other releases that a lot of collectors have been making that NG has not yet fulfilled. So that's just kind of the nature of NG there with accepting requests for new releases. We got an Aerolíneas Argentinas Airbus A330-200 with the Argentina national football team livery. So very colorful livery there, adding various decals and then some of the players there on the tail. Looks pretty nice. The Shenzhen Airlines A330-300 with the Shenzhen City colors. So you see that up there on the front. Looks really nice. Very colorful plane. The Chinese planes are always very colorful. I like that. Then we have a regular livery Shenzhen A333 after that. Also a good choice. Got a Starlux A350-900. Now, I saw that they are now flying to Los Angeles, which is kind of cool. So nice to see that we have a new carrier here in the United States. So hopefully when I do get a shot to go to LAX, that will be something that I get to see. And actually it does know, too, that this is a inaugural flight between Taipei and Los Angeles. Ooh, very nice. This tickles my fancy with retro. This is the Pan Am L1011-500. This is named Clipper Northern Eagle and has a white nose cone there, as you can see on the front. So it kind of cuts off that metal belly, or just the polished belly. Okay, we do have some 1-200 releases after that. Let's take a look at the first one. It is a Jetlight CRJ 200, so a very plain plane with just the titles, the registration, and then that's it, and nothing much to comment on the livery. Ooh, yes, Air Wisconsin Retro CRJ 200, November 471 Zulu Whiskey. I believe they have about 3 of these now in their fleet, and they have flown to Sioux Falls a couple of times. As of right now, they're not in the schedule, but I think by about July they will be back for about that month. Delta Connection CRJ 200 with the Salt Lake 2002 Winter Olympics Special Livery. Very, very nice to see that. This is an ASA Atlantic Southeast aircraft. Kind of cool to see that. And then we have a Gulfstream G550. It looks like this is a house livery, if I had to guess, because of the registration to November 550 Golf Alpha, and then the just the overall livery. We have another one up next. This one is for Mexico, I believe, the Mexican government. Very nice to see that. Good variety. And then we have one more Gulfstream 5, and this one is Lionel Messi's private jet. We got the number 10 there on the tail, so for those that follow soccer, or football as it's called overseas, you'll probably recognize that. Very colorful Falcon 7X release. This reminds me of one of Vincent van Gogh's paintings, Starry Night. That's what it's reminding me of there on the tail section. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to indicate or if I'm just thinking of something else, but whatever the case may be, this is a very interesting livery here. November 666 Zulu Lima's registration, so if you do spot that plane, that'd be kind of cool to see. And that is everything we have for the NG May 2023 releases. Kind of zoom through them here just to kind of make the video go a little quicker. But overall, great variety, once again, as NG is known for. They don't have a consistent formula for what they want to release. They just release whatever. But good to see that we do have a smaller release this month. We're only coming in at, as I continue to count here, we have only about 22 models in this release set, so still kind of big, but that's about a typical Gemini Jets release too when you count both scales, as we do have a total of about 7, it looks like, yeah, 7 1-200 scale releases, and then the rest are 1-400, so 15 in total in that scale. So really nice to see the smaller set, and this will allow NG to catch up on a lot of the delayed releases, because they've got a huge backlog that they need to catch up on. So with this small set, I imagine that there will be a lot of the delayed stuff that will be shipped with this batch when that gets sent out here by the end of the month and into June. But hopefully we'll continue to see these smaller releases at least until NG gets the backlog cleared, and then if they're willing to do so, and if they're able to have the manpower and machine power to handle the large release sets from before, then they can go back to doing that. But good to see that smaller release set so that they can catch up. So with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.